Hi, patrons. Happy Saturday. You might be wondering, why is it the bald one again? I subscribed for the other two, and I gave you money for the other two. You're my least favorite one. And I certainly understand that sentiment. The truth of the matter is, they are off in the Magic Kingdom having wonderful adventures while I'm at home drinking out of a penguin. Such is life. But they will be back next week, and I will force them to record a video with me. We actually didn't get to meet again this week, so that's 2 weeks in a row that we haven't recorded. But we're not going to skip any videos because we have a pretty sizable buffer for exactly this kind of situation. But unfortunately, it also means that I just have to bang out this week's weekly video. So I hope you don't mind. They will be back next week, I assure you. That was a big sip for some hot tea. Ouch. This is also cool because I get to kind of test out my... I burned my tongue a little bit. I'm kind of working on a setup for my vlog. So like, you know, I got a tripod here, a microphone here, like all this stuff. I get to test that out, so I hope you don't mind being my guinea pigs for that. Still focused on that tongue thing. But yeah, I wanted to talk about, just really quickly, that British voice that we do all the time. Because a couple of people have been asking about that in recent videos. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's when we randomly start talking like this, and people don't know why we start doing it, but we just do sometimes. It's mostly me and Emery, but SungWon, well, I guess he does it just as much as us. That voice has a few different origins, I think, and it's actually kind of interesting because it's evolved from, God, we've been doing it for years, just in casual conversation. I think we've touched on this before, but a lot of the way that we act on the channel, especially in Mario Party 2, we're not like putting on an act or anything, you know? It's not a special thing when we're doing PB&T. It's kind of just how we hang out, because we're just, I don't know, weirdos. But that voice specifically has three major sources that I can think of. The first, as we've talked about a lot, is the Daniel Radcliffe saying, okay, which is from a radio interview where we talked about this pretty recently too. I don't know if you guys like, if you're just here for Ace Attorney or if you've been watching recent videos, if I should like allude to things that have happened, or I don't know. But basically there's a radio interview that happened a long, long time ago where they were asking if he had a crush on Miley Cyrus. He said he didn't know who she was, and they were explaining, oh, she's this pop singer in America, and his response was, okay. And it's the greatest thing that we've ever heard, I think. It's just, God, for years and years, like maybe 6 or 7 years, we just say okay to things just randomly. Well, not at random. It's just a funny reaction that happens to apply to a lot of situations. So that's one source. Another source, I think, is from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. The very first one, there's that singing notebook that sings about creativity. Green is not a creative color. And that's also a series that we are all pretty big fans of. And it kind of has that same cadence to it, that same like friendly sort of voice. You should be creative. And I think for a while we were directly making fun of that character when we talked in that voice. Because it's kind of this informative, like instructive, but kind of incorrect information that it's bestowing upon you. At least when I started using that voice a lot, that's what I was ripping that off of. And then the third source that I can think of is another staple of the channel that we have mentioned like a million times, but I can't stress enough how much I love this man, is Electrical Beast, aka the Jolty in a Let's Plays. Which out of the impressions that I do of people, I think that is my favorite one to do because it's just... I love that guy's voice. I don't know how much he is doing sort of a character versus his normal speaking voice, but it's just such a great and fun and happy voice to do, and I just love doing it so much. So yeah, you know, and anytime I talk about him, it's not like, there's no irony. It's not like making fun of this guy for being a silly man. I genuinely enjoy listening to this guy and his voice in his videos. He's one of my favorite people, but that's another voice that I love doing. So doing all these similar British voices over the years kind of culminated in us just whipping out the friendly, informative British friend from time to time in our daily conversations, and that has kind of translated to PB&T. So now you know why we do the British voices so much. It might be annoying to some people. I don't know. I don't know if we do it a little too much. I feel like I kind of lean on it sometimes when I can't think of something funny to say, so I'll just start talking like this, and that will automatically make it funnier or more annoying. I don't know how actual people from England and the British Isles feel about the accent. If it's weird, if it sounds weird, if it's a good accent, like, is it convincing? Do you think that we're British for a moment? I don't know. But yeah, that's more or less all that I wanted to dwell on. I got more out of that than I thought I would. So once again, thank you for being patrons, for giving us money. I can't stress enough how crazy generous that is of you guys to help us out as YouTube becomes more and more unreliable and crazy. I wish I could do more for these weekly videos. Like I said, SungWon and Emery will be back for the others. It's just kind of a weird time during the holidays. I got a little power thing. I hope that does. Okay, it's still recording. Cool. Yeah, you know, it's holidays. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, they'll be more involved in those. If you have any ideas what you'd like to see specifically in any of these videos, feel free to comment. You know, you're in the $5 tier. God, I can't talk anymore. You know, you're donating $5 a month. This is an open dialogue. So if you have any suggestions, any comments, or anything like that, absolutely feel free to leave those in the comments of the videos on the Patreon page. And as always, the Discord is available to you to share any thoughts that you have. And yeah, I hope that, you know, we're not quite at the holiday season yet. Well, we're in the season, but we're not quite at the holidays. But I hope that the holiday times are good to you guys and you go out and enjoy and buy presents for people, as is what you typically do. I don't know, this is an awkward sign off, but I hope you have good days. Thanks for being patrons, and thanks for watching the channel. Bye-bye.